Very good morning, children. Children, today we are going to see the last part of lesson number 10, disaster management. But before going to our today's session, we will just revise what we had done in our earlier session. Okay? So, we had seen that there are two kinds of the disasters: natural disaster and man-made disasters. Okay? In natural disasters, some of the disasters are famine, lightning strikes, cloudbursts, storms, etc. Okay? These all occur due to the changes in the weather. Okay? In natural disasters, there is a possibility of loss of life and damage to the property. First, we will see about famine. The condition that arises due to long-term and severe scarcity of food grains and water is called as famine. Famines can be very severe. Children, we had seen that famines cause is due to a natural phenomena, but it can be also related to man-made things. Okay, children? Next, causes of famine. We had seen about that, right? The causes of famine are drought, heavy rains and flood, crops getting washed away or damaged in the flood, then environmental changes, temperature change, storms, cold waves, damage of crops by animals and insects, or a natural calamity like earthquake. Okay? And of all these, drought is the main cause. And the man-made causes of famine are war, internal unrest, absence of transport routes, uncontrolled population growth, etc. Okay, children? The most famine affected continent of the world is Asia. Okay? And in Asia, China and India are on the topmost list. Okay? Children, then we had seen about the causes of famine and are we responsible for it. Okay, the main reasons are water shortage, then the balance between the rainfall and population is disturbed. Okay, use of excessive chemical fertilizers, pesticides and weedicides. Then is unlimited lifting of water, then land erosion, soil erosion, etc. and misuse of water. Okay. Then we saw that what can we do to ease the severity of a famine. First is planned usage of water and reuse of water. Okay. Then proper planning of water conservation and harvesting at the local level. Okay. Then large scale plantation of the trees and prevention of deforestation, making appropriate changes in plants and taking into account the weather forecast. Okay, children? Then we had seen about cloudburst. Okay, children, sometimes the water coming down from the rain clouds do not reach the land, and this water vaporizes due to the heat of the sun, and it goes back into the same clouds. Okay, and as a result of this, the amount of vapor in the clouds become very high, and due to rapid condensation, it rains suddenly over a specific and a small region. This is what is called as cloudburst. Okay, a cloudburst had occurred in Leh, that is Ladakh, on 6th August 2010, and even a cloudburst had occurred in Mumbai on 26th August 2005. Okay, and it was unforgettable and extraordinary in the sense it rained about 950 millimeter in 8 to 10 hours, and the whole of the Mumbai was waterlogged and flooded. Okay, children. Then we saw about flood. What are the protective measures in the view of floods? First, construction of small dams in the mountainous regions, construction of percolation tanks, making riverbeds flat, cultivation of new forests, connecting rivers. Okay, and National Flood Commission was established by the Government of India in 1976. Okay, and it works out on flood related things. Okay, children. Next, we saw about lightning. Lightning mainly occurs due to the generation of electric charges. Oh, okay. Now, we also saw that not all lightning strikes the ground. Okay, and in fact, about 95% of the lightning flashes are limited to the sky, and only 5% reach the ground. Okay, lightning can be generated within one cloud, between two clouds, or between a cloud and ground. Now, the rate, we have seen about the rate. Okay, about 40 lightning flashes occur per second in the atmosphere. Okay, the lightning rate is very much high. 40 lightning flashes occur per second. That means see the speed. Okay, and even the temperature generated by the lightning is higher than that of the sun. Okay, children. Due to this high temperature, the air under the high pressure expands suddenly, and a loud crashing sound is heard. Okay, children. Then we saw about lightning strikes open ground maximum times. The world's mortality rate due to lightning is low. Okay. However, the survivors of lightning strikes suffer long-term effects. Okay. The immediate treatment of the lightning affected person can save their life. Okay. Now, next we saw about what precautions will you take during thunderstorms. Firstly, we should not stand on an open ground or below a tree or a high location or climb a tree. Okay. Do not stand near an electric pole, telephone pole, tower, etc. Do not lean on wired fences, garden or a house. All people should not gather together in one place. Okay. Do not use plugged in electrical appliances, and do not use a mobile or a telephone. Okay. Swimmers or fishermen should immediately come out of water. A pakka house is the safest place. Okay, and if possible, find out if there is a lightning conductor on any tall building near your house. Okay, these all are the do's and don'ts that you will do during a thunderstorm. Okay, children. Now we'll come to our today's session, and we'll start with volcano. A volcano is a natural event or phenomena. The interior of our earth is very hot. Movement of hot substances continuously occur from interior towards the surface of our earth, and as a result of that, sometimes solid, liquid and gaseous substances below the earth's crust are pushed towards the crust, and they come out of earth's crust in an eruption and start flowing. This is what is called as a volcano. Okay, you can see an image, right? Now we'll see about what are the effects of a volcano. The chemical substances such as lava, vapor, hot mud, sulfur, etc. get collected on the surface of earth, and thereby mountains and hills are created. Okay, the atmosphere gets polluted due to ash and gases. Sometimes it also rains as a result of volcanic eruption. The temperature rises due to hot gases, and forests and settlements get buried under the hot mud. Okay, now children, volcanoes erupt in the sea as they do on the land. Okay, and because of that, some islands are also created. Children, it is not possible to prevent volcanic eruption since it is a natural phenomena, but we can stop it after it erupts. Okay, next we'll see about tsunami. As on land, earthquakes and volcanic eruptions occur at the bottom of the sea. If an earthquake occurs at the bottom of ocean, the energy released pushes the water upwards, and as a result of this, a peculiar type of waves are formed. These waves are not very high near the source, but they start spreading very fast to long distances. Okay, the velocity of these waves is 800 to 900 kilometer per hour. When they reach a coastal area, their velocity is reduced, but their height is found to have increased tremendously, even to about 30 meters. Okay, children, and such a wave generated by an earthquake or volcano occurring on an ocean floor is called as a tsunami. Okay, here children, T is silent. Okay, tsunami is a Japanese word which means harbor wave. Okay, children, once again I will repeat, the word is not T tsunami, it is tsunami. Here T is silent, and it is a Japanese word which means harbor wave. Okay, next we'll see about destructive effects of tsunami. Buildings and other constructions are destroyed. There is a large scale loss of life and financial loss. Boats and ships near the coast gets damaged. Trees get uprooted. Landslides take place on a large scale. Changes take place in original land near the coast, giving rise to swamps. Children, do you know what is the meaning of swamp? A swamp means a marshy land. Okay, daldal. Okay, traffic obstructions arise means a lot of traffic is there. Okay, the business or industry related to the sea are adversely affected, and a normal day-to-day life is disrupted. Yes, obviously children, right? Large scale damage is caused to harbors. Okay, Precautionary measures of a tsunami. We'll see. When a tsunami wave is formed due to an earthquake on the seafloor, it is necessary that an immediate estimate is made of its progress and a warning of the danger is issued to the people in the coastal area. Okay, and for this purpose an artificial geostationary satellite is of great use, means it can be used. Okay children. Next we'll see about storms. Children, what gives rise to a storm, or what are their effects? Okay, we have already learnt about the formation of storms and their effects, right children? So we'll see how can we prevent. We can't actually prevent a storm, but we can take certain precautionary measures. Okay children, regularly cut down trees or branches that are likely to fall or cause damage. Okay children, if in your locality or in your surrounding or in your village, if you found any tree that is likely to fall, you should immediately report to your elder, and your elders will take the necessary action on that. Okay, because if the trees fell, then it would lead to human loss as well as it would disrupt the transport over that place, right children? So regularly cut down the trees or branches that are likely to fall or cause damage. Okay, next, if you are outside, take shelter in a safer place. Okay, during a storm, if you are outside your house or if you have gone for some work and you are out of your house, you should see that you are in a safer place. Okay, since the speed of the storm is very much higher, so it is possible that you can get flown away in a storm. Okay children, so if you are outside, take shelter in a safer place. If you are away from home, inform your close relatives and friends about your exact location. Okay children, also if you are out of your home, then make it a point to inform your family or your friends about your exact location. Nowadays it is possible with the help of mobile, but in such situations all the network is lost. But in case and if you are fortunate and you have a network, please, as soon as possible, you have to inform your parents and relatives and friends. Okay, so that they could trace you and bring you safe to your home. Okay children, next, at home, shut the valves of gas regulators and turn off all your electric supply. Okay, during a storm there is a chance of getting burnt with electrical appliances or gas regulators, etc. Okay, or leakage of gas, etc. So shut the valves of gas regulators and turn off electric supply. Make phone calls to warn your relatives and friends about probable danger. Tell them to go to a safer place. Okay, give temporary shelter to people who are far away from their homes. Okay, you can even offer help. Okay, Next, natural institutions. United Nations established a standing international organization, that is UNDP, in 1965. About 177 nations from all over the world are members of UNDP. One of the main functions of this organization is to send equipment, financial aid, and also volunteers to the place of the disaster. And in addition, international medical teams and groups of other experts are also sent. Okay, children, very much important information is there here. That is, 13th of October is International Day for Disaster Reduction. Okay, children, with this we have finished this chapter, disaster management, and we have also finished our semester's portion of science. Okay, children, thank you.